Hello, gamers. My name is Landon D, and I'm a pro Tekken player for a team called Endure. I've been playing fighting games for over a decade now, and I've been competing in Tekken for almost just as long. I've reached number one on the NA leaderboard with Clive Rosfield numerous times now, so I know what I'm talking about. And today, I'm going to teach you how to play Clive Rosfield. But before we start, be sure to subscribe to Dash Fight for more character guides and check out their website for all things FGC. Without further ado, to business. If you don't know who Clive Rosfield from Final Fantasy XVI is, in a nutshell, he is Tekken's version of Dante from Devil May Cry. And if you still don't know what that means, basically, his defining trait is that he has a really big sword. Pause. And he also has a lot of special abilities called icons that help him out in battle. He can play at any range, and after he's done controlling the space with his giant sword, he teleports in and he mixes you up with his dog named Torgal. In my opinion, I think Clive's punishment is very good. For I-10, we have 1-1, and that's +6, whether you want to do undefeated shift or not, or 1-2. Both of those are I-10. For I-12, we have 2-1, and if you time it properly, you get a blue spark, and it does extra damage, or you can go for 4-4 if you want to go into stance at +14. For I-13, we have 1+2, the flames, and you'll go to business if you land that. For I-14, we have down forward 1-2-1. That also has a blue spark in it. If I can do it. Alright, thank God I'm not a fraud. For I-15, we have down forward 2. And if you mash down forward 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, Dash Fight told me not to put combos in there, but that one's pretty cool. For I-16 and like everything else that like you're too far away to not punish, just hit forward 1+2. For while standing punishment, Clive doesn't have a crouch jab, so that's an L right there. But he's still the GOAT because he has a while standing 4 that goes into stance for I-11. It's minus if you go into stance on blot, so be careful. For I-12, not I-12, excuse me, I-13, he's got while standing 1-2 that built Cezanne meter, or while standing 1+2 to business. Alright, now I'm going to go over Clive's best moves. And while I think all of his moves are pretty good, these moves right here are his key moves outside of stance. Once you know how these moves work, I'm going to tell you what the moves in stance are, and it's going to make a lot of sense, and you'll just be able to play the character however you want. The first thing I gotta tell you though is that Clive has a lot of hit confirms in his kit, and I think that's what makes him really fun to play and a character for all skill levels to teach you fighting games. I'm going to tell you the moves now in order of speed because that's just how my brain works, and it's how Tekken works too. So to start off, 1-1. This move jails, it's 10 frames, and it goes into stance. It's -3 on blot, so you can like do 1-1 into an armor move or something. You can hit confirm it into the stance, so what I mean is like you can do 1-1 and see 1-1 hit, and you can like hold forward or hit 4, depending on if it was hit or blocked. And it's just something you're gonna need. The second hit has a bit of tracking. You're gonna need this when people are in your face to like get you off of them. Speaking of moves that get you off of them, the next move is 1+2. It's a heat engager. What makes this move so good is it's safe, and it gives you superpowers, and it heals him a bit. Heals him a good 9 health outside of the heat engage. It's not a heat dash launcher, but you do get a bit of a follow-up afterwards. Like that. It's 13 frames. Next move is down forward 1. Within down forward 1, down forward 1, 2. That you're gonna see that move again, that second hit later. But this move is good because you're gonna need to have your opponent like think about this because it goes into a stance, and it also is a hit confirm into the final hit, like that, down forward 1-2-1. It's just really important for when you get heat mode and you need to mix your opponent up. It's got a mid follow-up too with down forward 1-4 that it's -10 and +1, but you need it there so you can start mixing people up with the flames. The next move at I-15 is forward 2-2 and forward 2-1. It's just a forward 2 series, essentially. This string right here has a counter hit in it. Where's it at? Right here. So if the first hit counter hits, then the entire string is guaranteed. So you can just walk around doing forward 2-2. It's -8 safe on block. Like that. It looks like a square attack in Final Fantasy 16. It's literally just square like that. But in this game, it's forward 2-2. The forward 2-1 is natural from the first hit also, and it's +1 on the block, but it is a high. You're also gonna need this to pressure people with, and I like to just throw this move out a lot if the opponent isn't gonna duck it, because while forward 2-2 is good, like it's -8, and people are gonna start mixing you after it. You can go into stance after it, but you're going to be -5 after it, and it's not really too good of a transition unless you plan to armor move with the Phoenix stance. That's just my opinion. Mainly, I use this for, like, counter hit reads or poking, or just letting them know. In heat mode, though, there is an unblockable with this, so that's why the stances, not the stances, the move is really good. Follow-up is 2-1. At I-16, this is the most controversial move he has. I don't even think it's his best move, but everybody else does. It's forward 1+2. This move tracks both ways, and it's safe, and it's -9. This move will like pay your bills. It will do your taxes. It will save your life, and it's got mad range. It's really hard to win. If you happen to miss the first hit, the second hit will hit them. This move. Alright, so while I don't think it's his best move, this move is still godlike. You need this move, because people are going to try to sidestep you in neutral when you're trying to mix them up with other moves. And while Bat 2 does track, it's kind of slow and it's a high. So the moves you're going to be pressuring in here, like to get someone to stand still so you can like do some Phoenix stuff or whatever, you're going to need to press it. And you don't know what to do, just hit forward 1+2. Really, that's just what the move is godlike, and it gives you a full-on heat dash, and it is confirmable. Like I said, he's got a lot of hit confirms. This is a confirmable heat dash. So if you see the first hit, then you can hold forward, and you'll get a full combo. Now we're gonna get into his lows. Down 1. This low hits from very far away. Shout out to Dragonov. Clive is the GOAT. It's +2. That's really good. It's mainly what he uses to start a lot of his offense outside of stance. You can do while standing for the frame trap, like so. Or if people are respecting the frame trap, that's when we get into our next move. Because down 1 doesn't really have any counter hit properties. It's literally just 14 damage low, but he needs it. So the next move is full crouch down forward 2, and it works in tandem with down 1. That's really how you get down there. Do you know what I'm saying? This low is really safe. I forgot to mention down 1 is -13, but full crouch down forward 2 is -12. I gotta get her to block it. She's stand blocking right now. -12, and it hits from very far away. Like so. So I really like to pressure people like this sometimes, or use down 1. This is kind of the range you want to stay at with Clive, so you can just do stuff like that. It's a really good low, even though it doesn't have any counter hit properties on it. It's +1 hit, and it's minus 12. You're really going to need that low a lot. And the next move we're going to talk about is while standing 3, since we're here, because you can mix them up with either full crouch down forward 2 or while standing 3. And it does 35 damage. It is a homing mid move. This is a really, really cheap move while standing 3. It looks like Julia's while standing 3. It's the exact same animation, I believe. I don't know if it's the exact same speed, but it's safe, does 35 damage, and it's homing. And look at the pushback. That's crazy. Shout out to Torgal. He's the GOAT. The Torgoat. Amazing work. And it wall splats for this move is crazy. Really? The full crouch mix up is important for Clive too, which is why I brought it up. Now, I know I said I was going to go in order of speed, but I think it was important to talk about down 1 into full crouch down forward 2 or while standing 3 together. Since while standing 3 is I-20, you know what I'm saying? But down bad 4 is 19 frames, but you're going to need this a bit too for when people just don't feel like ducking and you need a stronger low. It's good because it's also a counter hit launcher and you get a full combo off of it too. And it's a really annoying low. It's got some pretty good tracking on it too. I know King Ray Jr. likes to spam this low a lot. It's really annoying. I like the low a lot too. And the final move I'm going to talk about is Bat 2. This is like a nightmare AGA move, and it has really good tracking too. You kind of want to space around this move a lot too. And while I said that forward 1+2 was an amazing move to use for tracking as well, I think Bat 2 is really important because if forward 1+2 gets blocked, you're -8 in the face of like a Tekken 8 character. And we know Tekken 8 characters are the most violent people on Earth. So sometimes you don't want to be -8 in front of someone's face like Kazuya. So having a move that tracks, that puts you into stance and is plus into this allows you to pressure people. And it's essentially just the same hit of down forward 1-2, which is why down forward 1 is really important because they both go into a stance. I know that was a lot of talking, but essentially if you use 1-1, 1+2, just spam it randomly, down forward 1-2, forward 2-2, forward 1+2, down 1, full crouch down forward 2, and then mix them up while standing 3, and do random down back 4, you'll look really solid. Before I teach you how to mix people with Clive, I need to show you the moves that come out of the Phoenix Shift, because that's basically the other half of Clive that allows him to be the GOAT. Once I show you these moves and how they work, it's going to make sense and you can just play the character however you want. Phoenix 2, I-15 mid, it's safe. Phoenix 4, I-15 low, it's -13, but it's -1. Phoenix 1+2 is the I-13 mid, and it's a heat engager, and it's also safe. Phoenix 3-2 is a very unsafe low, but it's a hell sweep. And then Phoenix 3+4 is a +7 on block, not down mid. Now, to get into Phoenix Shift besides just pressing forward 4 like this, remember that one move I told you about? Well, 2 of them. And a secret move I'm going to show you afterwards that's really OP, so stick around for that one. Back 2 into Phoenix Shift is +6. Now, the bot is set to mash jab, and that is an I-10 move. So watch this. Phoenix 2 and Phoenix 4 will frame trap after this, and that's a counter hit knockdown. Phoenix 2 has follow-ups from it, but they're both unsafe. You don't really need to do them unless you really want to. Phoenix 4, if that counter hits, it'll give you 1+2 on counter hit for free, or while standing 1-2, and you can build some of the Zan bar. So Phoenix 2 and Phoenix 4 will both frame trap after Bat 2 or down forward 1-2, which is why down forward 1-2 is really important. Now, Phoenix 1+2 and Phoenix 3-2 come into play once you get your opponent respecting both of those options, because they don't want to match into this and eat the follow-ups. So after that, then you'll be able to mix them with either the Hell Sweep or Phoenix 1+2, which are both the same speed. So he has a mid and a low that are both quick and the same speed, and a really big mid and low that are both around the same speed. And then if you really think they're going to block and you don't want to risk anything, then afterwards you can spam this and you're +7. And I put the speed of the moves below. For the other part, for +7, you can literally frame trap with anything you want afterwards. You can do this too. You can do anything you want that's within reason, honestly. You can even hit forward 1+2. Now, the secret OP move I was trying to tell you about before that I mentioned is while running 2. While back 2 and down forward 1-2 are +6 in the Phoenix Shift. While running 2 is +14 in the Phoenix Shift. I can't believe the jab just whiffed there. Actually, I take that back. I can't believe her jab just whiffed there because Clive is the GOAT. Anyways, while running 2 means that 1+2 from Phoenix will now frame trap along with the Hell Sweep. So now they can't hit you out of those like you're doing 1+2 or the Hell Sweep. Clive gets 2 new string extensions when he enters heat mode. The first one is down forward 1-1-2-1, and it's a new mid extension from his down forward 1 string. He does have down forward 1-2 like I told you before, but now down forward 1-1 into Phoenix Shift is +14. He can Phoenix Shift off of 2 of those hits, and you can also end the extension with the 1 if you think people are gonna mash after it. Like that, and it's safe on block. So he can do that from the high as well. He can do down forward 1-1, 2, like that. And he can Phoenix Shift off of that. And mince people up if he wants to. And if you think people are gonna match after it, he can finish the string as well too. And it does a lot of damage. The second string I want to talk about is forward 2-2-1. Lethal Ignition. It's an unblockable string. And if you don't charge it, it's +2. So this string is pretty good, I would like to say. It's one of my favorite ones. The follow-up looks something like that if you don't want to spend your beater. The up 1+2 string is just the down forward 1-1 string, but without the first hit involved. So it's the same series. Just emit the first down forward 1 and you'll get that string. The final thing I want to add about Clive's heat mode is that all of his strings are not strings. All of his heat dashes are hit confirms. So forward 2-2-2 on counter hit is going to give you a full combo like that. Also forward 1+2 like that. You can press forward when you see it hits. It's a little bit advanced, but it exists. You can also do it for this if you want. But it's just a thing you gotta know about Clive's heat engagers and heat dashes. That when you heat dash off of them, if you see the first hit, you can hold forward. The things you really gotta know when you're defending with Clive is that 1+2 is a really godlike defensive button because you don't really have an I-13 down forward 1 like other people, and it gives you heat dodges when you use it. So having the timing on your 1+2 is really good for when you're playing defense. Another thing you gotta know is that your parry is godlike. Back 3, not only does it start up in 5 frames, but it parries highs and mids, punches and kits, and weapons but it doesn't parry throws or unblockables or charge moves. But it does parry some unblockables, like Heihachi's homing high. I don't know if they're going to patch that, but it does. And the parry is active for 8 frames. There's 2 follow-ups with the parry. That follow-up I just did is done with 1+2. And the other one that keeps the same side and wall splats is done with 2. Other thing you gotta know is that you have a really obnoxious armor move with back 1+2. If you absorb something, it does around 40 damage. And while it's -14, it's got really obnoxious range on it to where I can use it from like around here. And most people won't even get a punish on it at all. Now I'm going to show you Clive's combos. The first 2 combos I'm going to show you work on every single person. Once you know the combo theory, you can kind of mix and match whatever ender you want, whether you want healing, Zan meter, wall carry, or a mixture of both. These will work off any launcher, on any character, any size, and no matter what type of instant tailspin you get. Okay, the combo is down for 2, down back 1+2, 1, 2, down for 1, 2, pick whichever ender you want right there. The ender I did right there was Phoenix 2-1. You can go for this one as well. 4-4, 2-1. Now do this ender. That was Phoenix 2-2 ender, and it gave me a bit of Zan meter right there. If you want to dump your meter, let's say they're half health, maybe around 85 health, you can do this one. It looks like the wall carry one, but you run up back to again. Down for 1, and you mash the 1 button, and for some reason it gives you the blue spark still. I don't know why, but I like that. Now for wall combos, he has literally like 2 really basic wall combos that will carry you to the moon. So, wall splash, down 1+2, 1-1, 1+2. Or you can do forward 2-1, 1+2, but 1-1 is very consistent. Forward 2-1 does more damage. The other wall combo he has, this one right here. Down forward 1, forward 3, and press 2. Kamiyahama. Right there. The Kamiyahama does mad damage. 72 damage right there. And here is my staple Landon B&B wall carry Coliseum combo. Just because it looks cool, I'm putting it in here. Humble flats. If I drop this. 90 damage off down forward 2 is insane, by the way. Yeah, that's pretty much what he has for combos. You kind of mix and match the ender depending on whether you want healing or if you want some of the Zan meter, or if you want carry. Really, yeah. Before I wrap up this guide, I want to quickly talk about the Zantetsuken Gauge above my head right there. When Clive lands moves with this sword, like that, it fills the Zantetsuken Gauge. And when he presses 1+4, like this, dodge this. It does a little funny thing like that, and it's best used at the end of your combos. The higher the meter, the more damage it does. When it's levels 2 through 4, you get Okazumi at the wall. Like so. You can experiment with that one there. If you somehow reach level 5 doing certain moves like enders like this, or using your health speed 1+2 like that, you can actually get a lot of damage as an ender. I'll show you. No Oki, but nothing personnel. Overall, like I covered in the beginning, Clive's strengths are that he's the guy with the big sword. Pause. He is able to keep people at this range. I would say this is his optimal range. From this range, he can land down one and pressure with that. Back two will always be a threat to scare them from moving. Forward 1+2, obviously right there. Clive really struggles when people get really close to him. And when people get really close to him, you're going to have to armor sometimes. You're going to have to use the parry and find timings there. You're going to have to 1-1. You're going to have to patiently sometimes move around and hold your timing for your weapons. That's just how it is. The character isn't just pressing forward 1+2, as much people would like to tell you because they're mad that my character has so much swag and aura and that he's the GOAT and he has a pet dog and a beautiful wife that has no power. His weaknesses are that when someone gets close to him, his tracking up close isn't really too good, but he does have 1-1 and stuff like that to help him out. All in all, I think this character is pretty good, I would say. I think I would put him realistically in top 10. We like to throw that term around, but to me, Clive is the GOAT. And don't even be in the comments telling me, complaining about the character. I'm just going to tell you he's the GOAT. Okay? I'm telling you right now, Clive is the GOAT. Okay? So don't go about complaining about him because you already know he's the GOAT. I just told you that. If you need help, I'll be down there to help you all. Well, that about wraps up the entire guide. Thank you all for watching. You all know where you can find me. It's just Clive gameplay all the time. You can also check out all the things shown in this video in the text version via the link in the description. All the inputs will be down there. And most importantly, if you like this video, please leave a like or comment below. Clive is the GOAT. Dash Fight tries really hard with all their stuff. It would be really helpful if you left a like or subscribe and a comment. You know what I'm saying? And don't be down there complaining about Clive. I'm just going to tell you Clive is the GOAT. But if you need help, I will answer questions. Thank you all so much, and have a good rest of your day.